The Wife of Bath's Tale. The Wife of Bath's Prologue. The pardoner started up, and thereupon, Madam, he said, by God and by St. John, that's noble preaching, no one could surpass. I was about to take a wife, alas! Am I to buy it on my flesh so dear? There'll be no marrying for me this year. You wait, she said, my story's not begun. You'll taste another brew before I've done. You'll find it doesn't taste as good as ale, and when I've finished telling you my tale of tribulation in the married life, in which I've been an expert as a wife, that is to say, myself have been the whip. So please yourself whether you want to sip at the same cask of marriage I shall broach. Be cautious before making the approach. For I'll give instances, and more than 10, and those who don't be warned by other men. By other men shall suffer their correction. So Ptolemy has said in this connection. You read his Almagest, you'll find it there. Madam, I put it to you as a prayer. The pardoner says, go on as you began. Tell us your tale. Spare not for any man. Instruct us younger men in your technique. Gladly, she said, if you will let me speak. But still, I hope the company won't reprove me, though I should speak as fantasy may move me. And please don't be offended by my views. They're really only offered to amuse. The Wife of Bath's Tale. When good King Arthur ruled in ancient days, a king that every Briton loves to praise, this was a land brimful of fairy folk. The elf queen and her courtiers joined and broke their elfin dance on many a green mead, or so was the opinion once, I read. Hundreds of years ago, in days of yore, but no one now sees fairies any more. For now the saintly charity and prayer of holy friars seem to have purged the air. They search the countryside through field and stream, as thick as motes that speckle the sunbeam. Blessed the halls, the chambers, kitchens, bowers, cities and boroughs, castles, courts, and towers, thorps, barns, and stables, outhouses, and dairies, and that's the reason why there are no fairies. Whenever there was wont to walk an elf, today there walks a holy friar himself. And evening falls, or when the daylight springs, saying this matins and his holy things, walking his limit round from town to town, women can now go safely up and down. By every brush or under every tree, there is no other incubus but he. So there is really no one else to hurt you, and he will do no more than take your virtue. Now it so happened, I began to say, long, long ago in good King Arthur's day, there was a knight who was a lusty liver, and one day as he came riding from the river, he saw a maiden walking all forlorn ahead of him alone as she was born. And of that maiden, spite of all she said, by very force he took her maidenhead. The act of violence made such a stir, so much petitioning to the king for her, that he condemned the knight to lose his head. By course of law, he was as good as dead. It seems that then the statues took that view, but that the queen and other ladies too implored the king to exercise his grace. So ceaselessly he gave the queen the case, and granted her his life, and she could choose whether to show him mercy or refuse. The queen returned him with thanks with all of her might, and then sent down a summons to the knight at her convenience, and expressed her will. You stand for such is the position still. In no way certain of your life, said she, yet you shall live if you can answer me. What is the thing that women most desire? Beware the axe, and say as I require. If you can't answer on the moment, though, I will concede you this, that you are to go a 12-month and a day to seek and learn sufficient answer, then you shall return. I shall take the gauges from you to extort surrender of your body to the court. Sad was the knight and sorrowfully sighed, but there all other choices were denied. And in the end he chose to go away and to return after a year and a day. Armed with such answer as there might be sent to him by God, he took his leave and went. He knocked at every house, searched every place, yes, anywhere that offered hope of grace. What could it be that women wanted most? But all the same, he never touched a coast, country, or town in which there seemed to be any two people willing to agree. Some said that women wanted wealth and treasure, honor, said some, jollity and pleasure, some gorgeous clothes, and others fun in bed, to be oft widowed and remarried, said others again, and some that what most mattered was what should be cosseted and flattered. That's very near truth, as it seems to me. A man can win us best with flattery, to dance attendance on us, make a fuss, ensnares us all, the best and worst of us.